wanted to try this experiment. We've all heard about how social media, but especially YouTube, can act like an echo chamber, and it becomes a gateway to moving farther to the right or farther to the left, because it has the recommendation feature. Oh, you liked that video? Well, try this video out. Oh, you like that too? Well, hey kid, maybe you'd like some of this. So here's what I did. I created 3 Gmail accounts that are brand new, have absolutely no history behind them, went to YouTube, clicked on a specific video, and then automatically clicked on the next recommended video for YouTube to see what it would do. Would it push me in one direction? What kind of content would it push to me, etc.? The results are pretty interesting. What I did with the first account I created was I subscribed to myself, and then I just watched a random video from my channel to see what would happen. So here's what the recommendation page looks like. Oh, before I forget this, something interesting. When you create a brand new YouTube channel, there's nothing on the screen. I took a screenshot so you can see it, but it actually shows absolutely nothing. It says click to like browse and get started or something like that. I thought it would be full of like Mr. Beast, Dude Perfect, America's Got Talent videos, like all the like really popular stuff on YouTube, but it was actually totally empty, which is kind of cool. So I had this go through close to 100 videos, I'm not sure. So after watching all the recommended Planet Peterson content, there's one of my videos, Kurzgesagt. I have no idea what the heck that is. I have no idea what that is. Atheist Experience, that makes sense. Adam Savage Tested, Alex O'Connor, some YouTube shorts that I absolutely never click on. Star Talk, Real Life Lore, that makes sense. And then some like popular media stuff. There's Last Week Tonight, John Oliver. But what we're really here to look at is the history, because that's where you're going to see what actual videos it recommended. So I just clicked on the most recent video that I had uploaded, and then it played one video from me for the next, and then it went to Veritasium, 2 of those, and then we got stuck on Nile Red for a while. And a big part of that was it played this like part 1 of 6, and then it played all of those in a row. But we got stuck on Nile Red for a really long time. Then it went back to Veritasium. Stuck on Veritasium for quite a while. Then it went to Vsauce. That makes me happy. So whole bunch of Vsauce videos. Back to Veritasium. And then for a while it went to this channel called Cyclic English. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. I've actually never heard of this channel before, but it looks like they make pretty cool content. And like I said, it played a lot of those in a row. And then, so this is where it got kind of weird, but I see how it happened. Newtonian gravity, and then Red Bull, world record, supersonic fall. I mean, if this video talked like about space and stuff, I can kind of see how that would happen. And then it went to SpaceX, which I kind of understand. And then it did this model rocket Dude Perfect thing. It didn't do the Dude Perfect goes to space. And I don't remember what company they used, if they used Blue Origin or what for that. But then we got stuck on Dude Perfect for a really, really long time. And this is something that I thought would happen because this is YouTube sort of promoting YouTube. Now, that might sound kind of dumb, but every video on YouTube is a YouTube video. But YouTube has like its stars. It has Mr. Beast. Dude Perfect is one of them. I don't remember the most subscribed channels anymore, but T-Series is up there. PewDiePie is up there, although he barely makes any content anymore, so that stuff probably doesn't get recommended. WWE, for whatever reason, is one of the most subscribed channels. Kind of funny. So it's Dude Perfect video after another. Then we ended up on Mark Rober, so that's kind of cool. And this gets us back to the sort of science side of things where it all began with. But then it only played, 4 Mark Rober videos, and then it ended up on Mr. Beast, who has 330 million subscribers or something like that. And then there was no escaping Mr. Beast. And sometimes, a lot of them were Mr. Beast Gaming and Mr. Beast Reacts. But I kept clicking on this. My thought was, well, I'm just going to keep going until it finally recommends a different channel, but it just simply wouldn't do it. So I gave up. So what did YouTube end up doing? YouTube ended up pushing me toward like the stars of YouTube, which again, kind of predictable. So then what I did was I created an email account, and the name of the email was like altrighteric@gmail.com or something ridiculous like that. So what I did was I clicked on a Ben Shapiro video. I didn't want to click on something that I thought was like really extreme far to the right. Although after I thought about it, I actually didn't know what I would search up because Alex Jones, Steve Bannon, they're not on YouTube anymore. So I wasn't really sure even what to type. But the point was, if this is going to radicalize you, then you start, not all the way in that direction, but you start kind of there, and then you see if it pushes you toward outrage content. So after clicking on 50 or 100 of these videos, we got Elon and Trump, we got Fox News, we got Joe Rogan, a boxing clip for some reason, Kristi Noem, my former governor, Matt Walsh, National Geographic, that's a little bit out of the ordinary. Just some local news, although that's Sarah Huckabee Sanders, so there you go. So this is what's being recommended on the front page, but the history for this one was pretty weird. Like I said, what I did was I clicked on a Ben Shapiro video right away, and then it just straight up took me to Fox News. Now that's on the right, but it's establishment media, and yes, they are kooky and insane over at Fox News, but there's actually quite a range of normal stuff. Actually, a lot of this is Fox Business. So, nothing extreme, I wouldn't say. So it stayed on Fox News for a really long time. And then something really weird happened. It went to this documentary that follows Steve Bannon. But then the recommendation got really screwed up. So after that, this is technically a movie. So YouTube has the, free with ads. I was watching Interstellar last night. So then YouTube just got stuck on that, and it completely forgot about the whole political angle that I started this off with. And it played all these really, really old, I don't even know what they are, just like these World War II videos or something. It kept doing that over and over and over again. And I had to intervene because it actually ran out of recommendations after we got to this one, but it played a whole bunch of them in a row. So I said, okay, let's go back to Ben Shapiro. So I played a different Ben Shapiro video, and then it went to The Daily Show after that. And there really wasn't much in common. I mean, this Ben Shapiro video is talking all about a Trump appointment, but, the Jon Stewart video, it was, related to the election, but not what this video was about. And The Daily Show is not right-wing. And then it took me again to, well, The Daily Show is kind of establishment media, but not exactly. Then it took me to Seth Meyers and then Jimmy Kimmel and then Stephen Colbert, and just an endless cycle of that over and over and over and over again. And this was weird. So it did basically the exact opposite of what I thought it would. It pulled me away from the right and took me toward kind of like centrist, left-leaning, mainstream media type of stuff. And then, so that goes on for a really long time. And then we get to the Today Show, Ellen DeGeneres. So next we're on Ellen DeGeneres. And eventually at one point I said, okay, this is actually getting, and then America's Got Talent. So I was like, we have completely lost the plot here at this point. So I think at some point, and then I went and clicked, I was like, let's try to restart this thing. So I went to Daily Wire, I clicked on one of their videos, and then it just went to PBS News after that, and then Forbes, and then some local news station, back to Forbes, back to Fox News. And so, I mean, that sort of tracks, but still at the same time, I just thought that this was pretty weird. And then after all these Fox News videos, we get to Saturday Night Live. So again, it's doing the opposite of radicalizing me. Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Live. Now I don't remember what happened after this. So I think I one more time tried to, or you know what? No, now I don't remember. I do remember. So now we're on a Steven Crowder video because I was getting frustrated. I clicked on something again. This is the third or fourth time I tried to reset it. So we did Steven Crowder, it did 2 of those, and then it just goes to Fox News. Then it landed on Joe Rogan, which makes sense, but it didn't even recommend a Joe Rogan video after that. It did Theo Von, and then it was nothing but Theo Von. I mean, I must have gone through 30, 40, 50 Theo Von videos before I gave up. And I was like, okay, this is not radicalizing me. So I tried this with the left. I created an email that was, I think it's Antifa Slava Ukraine at gmail.com or something like that. Again, watched about 100-ish videos. So what do we got for recommendations? Midas Touch, I've never even heard of that. The Daily Show, electric bikes, that doesn't make any sense. Who Died Today, USA. This is really weird. Some comedian stuff, trailer for Gladiator 2. Yeah, this recommendation page makes really no sense whatsoever. So for this, what I did was I picked Brian Tyler Cohen because I wouldn't call him a leftist, but he's definitely a Democrat. He's a complete hack. He will always just simp for the Democratic platform, never ever criticize it I've never seen him do it. Anyways, and then there's plenty of stuff to hate about Donald Trump, but he just tells stupid lies about the guy. So I got, it looks like 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why this is, but YouTube, for everything else I did, it took me off of the first thing I started with right away. But Brian Tyler Cohen, it recommended a whole bunch of his videos in a row. But then it went to Late Night with Stephen Colbert, and then Seth Meyers, Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, all these. And this one I gave up on because this was the third iteration, well, the second political iteration. And at this point, I was saying, yeah, okay, I get it. I see what's going on here. This is really in no way surprising, and this is what YouTube does. YouTube is alternative media in a way, but they've really just gotten into bed with mainstream media. This has been known and talked about by people that do like news on YouTube for a really long time. I've been listening to David Pakman and Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske, and a few other channels, but I've been listening to them for years. And they keep saying that they do the exact same stuff sometimes that mainstream media does, and the algorithm won't push out their material, or they'll actually get punished for it. I've personally experienced that. If you're one of the big news networks during the pandemic, you could have like an hour-long video about debunking myths about, vaccines and stuff like that. I did one video on that, and YouTube gave me a permanent warning that is always on my channel. It's been there for years, and it will never go away. And then, not quite a year ago, I uploaded this video, a flat earther. We weren't even talking about COVID, but just in the middle of a random rambling sentence, he said it doesn't exist. And YouTube gave me a strike and kicked me off the platform for a week. I couldn't upload videos. I couldn't make posts or do anything at all. For whatever reason, YouTube's algorithm, and I've seen this with TikTok too, they treat talking about, even if you're debunking a topic that they don't like, talking about it in any way whatsoever, the algorithm is just programmed to take that as spreading disinformation. Oh, I almost forgot. That video, I uploaded a video months ago where we talked about the Great Emu War in Australia and just a bunch of random stupid stuff. It was one of my podcasts. And YouTube demonetized that video. And when I made them do a manual review of it to tell me why, They said it was because I glorified the war in Ukraine. The word Ukraine, the word Russia, never occurred in that podcast at all. So the phenomenon of like radicalization, I don't believe in that super strongly. Now, the one thing you could say is, well, when you choose to watch a video, then the recommended videos on your feed start to reflect that, and then it becomes an echo chamber. That's kind of sort of partially true, but what YouTube was guiding me to, that I still have to choose all of those things. If I'm letting YouTube make the decision for me, I end up on Saturday Night Live and Stephen Colbert. So what I really learned from this is YouTube isn't really looking out for the little guy. And little guy is kind of in quotation marks because, some of those people, they're multimillionaires, but that compares nothing to these multi-billion-dollar news corporations and the entertainment industry in general. YouTube wants to send you there because it's already popular. So if we just send you there, then it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Kind of like how Shaquille O'Neal endorses like 100 different products that have nothing to do with Shaquille O'Neal. You think Shaquille O'Neal uses the General Auto Insurance? No. It's just that he's already famous, so let's just attach ourselves to this and then make it blow up even more. So yeah, along those lines, I never say this, but if you're watching, please be a subscriber. And, if you watch small creator videos all the time and you like what they're doing, subscribe to them too, because we're actually fighting an uphill battle here. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow.